1948 was a busy year for 25-year-old aspiring actress Jean Spangler. She scored bit parts in a couple of big films. But it was Jean's scandalous real-life drama with her ex-husband that caused a commotion with the LA press.
In 1948, Jean tries to regain custody of Christine, away from Dexter. This is a story that was played out in the front pages of all the Los Angeles newspapers, like a soap opera, every day. Dexter launched this smear campaign in 1948 to discredit Jean on the stand, charging that she was an unfit mother, that she was a glamour girl.
In 1948, a glamour girl wasn't anyone's idea of a proper young lady.
I think she was just one of those girls that was caught up in Hollywood, so to speak. She liked the nightlife and the dangerous, live on the edge life.
In Hollywood, there was always blurred lines as to what you were going to do. I mean, the casting couch is notorious, but that's what you had to do to get into the movies.
Here, magic carpets fly. Rome is built in a day. Flowers bloom in profusion throughout the seasons. And romance is just around the corner. Any corner.
Well, Florentine Gardens and Earl Carroll were the spots to be seen in Hollywood. They were the place to make contact.
Spangler earned extra cash as a showgirl at the famous Earl Carroll Theater. Betty Bedoin worked with Jean.
Primarily, we wore beautiful clothes, long skirts, big hoop skirts, and platform soles about this big. She sat next to me at the dressing room. There was never a dull moment with that girl. She was an up person, beautiful personality, and I don't think she ever had an argument with anyone.
Maybe so, but Jean's party girl persona didn't gel with the image of a devoted mother.
She did say to me one time, she told me that she had to straighten up her act, or she was afraid she was going to lose custody of her daughter. Oh, she loved her daughter.
Eventually, Jean won custody of 4-year-old Christine. Soon after, Spangler's mother, Florence, moved in to help care for her granddaughter.
Jean Spangler was a person that never sat still. She was busy all the time. She was always on the go, but she also did a lot of bit parts and a lot of background work on television. And she was just working nonstop at that time.
She made pictures with Kirk Douglas and Bob Cummings, and she passed Bob Cummings on the street one day in the studio, and he said, "You look happy." He said, "I am. I'm in the middle of a new romance." Said, "Nothing serious, but I'm having the time of my life."
Evidently, work was not the only thing on Jean's mind. But just who was she having the time of her life with?
She probably met them in one of Mickey Cohen's bars on the Sunset Strip. She did have a penchant for nightlife and rough characters, including Frank Nicolay and Davy Ogle, who were great henchmen of Mickey Cohen, who, used to lead the mobsterdom in this town.
I had heard that she was going around with people from the mob.
In the fall of 1949, Jean confessed to a girlfriend that she was expecting.
She told her that she was 3 months pregnant, but this is something that Jean was pretty much tight-lipped about.
But Jean didn't mind talking about another little bundle she was expecting.
She told friends she was coming into a great deal of money any day now, so to speak. If she was going to come into a large sum of money, then it had to be by extortion, by blackmail.
Blackmail, huh? The plot thickens. So let's say Jean planned to hush up her pregnancy by extorting money from someone. It stands to reason that someone had a thing or two to lose if word ever got out that he was sleeping with Spangler. Cut to the evening of October 7th, 1949.
She was reportedly last seen at a market up the street, and she appeared to be waiting for somebody.
But she was seen in a market close to her home around 5:30, 5:45. She was going to buy a purse for her daughter, Christine. She was in the store about an hour and a half.
Between 7 and 7:30 that night, she calls home to check on her daughter and tells Sophie, her sister-in-law, that she's at work and that she will be late.
Obviously, the person she was waiting for, she met. If she was picked up by a stranger, she certainly wouldn't be waiting around a market for 2 hours. So somebody picked her up, and she had an expectation of money coming. There was some sort of altercation, and events got out of hand. Violence occurs.
That's one theory, but there are others. Coming up, a pair of wise guys and one world-famous actor are implicated in the puzzling disappearance of Jean Spangler.